that day forward, he was known as Jerry One Punch Pellegrini. The name would later become more profound than first intended. That was my brother, and this is his story. For the last 5 years, Jerry was living with me, and in that time, it seemed like all he did was train. He was in the reserves for the National Guard. He was a dedicated Philadelphia police officer. He loved serving his country in both ways, but his real passion was boxing.
1, 2, 3. Good. Go underneath. Right hand. Good.
Kim, you home? Kim. Kim. You alright?
Jerry's first professional boxing match was scheduled for September 13th, 2001. The Armory was put on lockdown and the fights were canceled. Because of that day, Jerry would lose more than just a shot at turning pro. Jerry kept training for battle, but not in the ring. Things kept getting worse overseas. I feared every day that Jerry would be activated. He never was. He even turned in his equipment. But then, with 2 weeks left...
You alright? Alright, got it. Alright.
Who's out, Jer?
Nobody, don't worry about it.
What's going on? They called it the backdoor draft, and it would send Jerry to Iraq that June for at least 18 months. He knew he had to fulfill his commitment, but not before he did one thing. Nothing else was going to stop his first pro fight from happening.
We took the fight. The problem we had was him really getting any training sessions in. I think if we trained a good 5 or 6 days, we were lucky.
He was nervous. He was very anxious to fight this fight.
And you couldn't even sit down. From the minute he came out with his guys from the National Guard, with they had their flags and makeup on, and it put chills through your whole body.
He had never been stopped. I don't think he'd ever been knocked down.
Never been
So
down.
we knew he was going to probably be there. We figured a 4-round decision.
He came out like I knew Jerry was going to come out, throwing everything he had.
I was thinking, oh, come on, get back in there. Hit him with a couple more punches. He'll be down for the count.
Yeah. Third round, he clearly lost. The other guy
was dying out, running out of gas.
Looked like he was totally out of gas at one point.
He definitely did not win the 3rd round. And it's only because he had to breathe out of his mouth. He pretty much had a deviated septum. Child, I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
So you should quit now. So you see all these people that are here, they're all here to see you. I said they're going to kill all of us.
Calm down. Get out there and win this fight for yourself, your mother and father, and for me now. Come on, get out.
Charlie wasn't going to let him give up. Came too far. He knew he had it in him.
It's your time. My time. I'm going to do this. We'll make it happen tonight.
It was nerve-wracking. My mom had to walk out.
The first part of the round, he was still getting beat up. And then all of a sudden, wherever he got it from, he come up with that right hand, hit this guy.
And it was kind of like slow motion. I seen him throw this punch. The guy hit flat on his back.
It felt like you won a world championship when that kid went down and they counted him out. Yeah. I'm over there screaming and jumping around like a maniac.
My 2 Italian cornermen are jumping out there.
you wanted to quit? You thought you had nothing left.
I got out there and I did one more round.
And you found out you had something
And I
left.
found out deep down inside, if you push yourself, you can do it.
Where is your head now?
Going away with the military now. I'm leaving June 5th, and I will be going for 9 to 18 months.
The school's students are rallying together to help other students halfway around the world. They are trying to learn a very valuable lesson, what it's like to walk a mile in someone else's shoes. Carol Erickson explains.
Dear fifth grade class, most of the children do not even have shoes.
This simple handwritten letter started it all. It came from soldier Jerry Pellegrini, serving in Iraq, to Hackett Elementary students by letting them know conditions for Iraqi children. Corporal Pellegrini would never have dreamed of what he started with that letter about barefoot Iraqi kids. The Philadelphia kids collected flip-flops, hundreds of them.
I believe 350 pairs of flip-flops, and they shipped them over to my brother in Iraq. And he was just so touched by this. He just, he never expected it.
He actually went over with this mission of trying to make a better world for the Iraqi children. And he actually accomplished that. And he got two groups of children, one group from Fishtown, the Hackett school children, connected with the Iraqi children through a simple thing of donating flip-flops.
I was down here as I get up every morning, and I come down and I'll take my vitamin and drink my orange juice. Well, 6:30 in the morning, my telephone rang.
And at first I looked at my phone and I'm like, what's he calling me for at 8 o'clock in the morning?
I get on the phone. My wife says, Charlie, I got bad news for you.
What do you do? I mean, I remember I dropped to my knees and I couldn't believe it. I just started screaming, crying, and
I just started bawling. I couldn't stop crying. And at first, the guys in work thought something happened to my wife.
And it was my mom. And she said, Jeff, are you there? And I could tell she was crying. Then that's how I was like, this is real.
Saturday, August 20th was the day of the service. And there was a 21-gun salute. There was a flyby. Lehigh Avenue was a sea of blue. It was just uniforms, all blue uniforms. And then as they put his casket into the back of the hearse, they gave him a 10 count, and that pretty much signifies the end of the fight. I guess it kind of ties in with, the end of his being on Earth.
Discussed the job frequently with his father, as he told me, look for direction and advice from his father, all in an effort of being the best police officers he could possibly be.
I would like to say thank you on behalf of the Pellegrini family. I'm very privileged to be able to accept this award in honor of my Uncle Jerry. I know that my uncle would be very proud to receive this award, and I know that the future other fine officers will be receiving this award in his name. Thank you.
Next year, this award will be the Jerry Pellegrini Award.
He's being inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame for his pro fight, for what he put into this sport, and for how much it meant to him.
He completed the 3.1 miles in under 16 minutes and won the prize for the first boxer to finish. That race is an analogy of how Jerry lived his life, at full speed and to the best of his ability.
So I'm sure that he is just, he's grinning from ear to ear like, wow, I made that much of an impression on these people, so many people.
I think Jerry had a great heart, big heart. And I say to Edie, and I say to Jerry, I thank you guys for allowing me to be involved with them. I really do. It's just, he was just a fantastic kid, and I'm telling you, he was just like his son. Thanks, Edie. Thanks, Jerry. And I love you, Jerry. Take care.